All right, so a lot of people ask me what product should they start with their brand, and here is the honest to God truth. Oh my God, guys, please stop trying to just start a shirt brand, okay? Think about it like this. People can easily go get a shirt with a design or with a graphic. So start with something that's more important to people, like a dope hoodie or some dope basketball shorts or a dope hat, right? Like beanies are in. And also understand trends. If you don't really know what type of trends are going on right now, just start looking at other brands that may be on TikTok. Start looking at other brands that are on Instagram. Look and see what people are dropping. What season is it, right? If you don't know what type of products to drop in what seasons, then guess what? You should probably go search what are the best seasons to sell shorts in and things like that. And then if you don't know that, why don't you just go to Dick's or go to Nike or go to somewhere like that and see what stuff they're selling in store. This is kind of how you need to understand trends and what to sell. So for me personally, when I first got started, I'm gonna switch my screen because transparency is everything. When I first got started, I started selling jogging suits first. So we have One Love cream jogging suit, Dark Knight jogging suit, Stealth Gray, and Nipsey Blue. These were the first 3 colorways that I started with right here, and these were our best selling products on the website. Now, the reason that I actually started with jogging suits is because of how much money I was able to sell them for. So think about it like this. If I had to sell a shirt and I could only get 30 bucks for the shirt, then guess what? To make 300 bucks, I had to sell to 10 people. As opposed to me selling a jogging suit for 100 bucks and only having to sell to 3 people. It's a different concept, right? So you don't have to start with jogging suits. You can start with puffer coats. You can start with whatever type of product that you want to start with. However, what I would recommend is starting with something that you can sell for a little bit higher. So if you're out there, start with a hoodie, right? Start with jogging suits, start with track suits, start with sweatsuits or windbreakers or shorts, right? Start with stuff like that and then really understand the concept of trends and then also see what seasons things are selling the best in, right? So for me personally, again, that was a main reason I started selling jogging suits. And then around this time as well, we were selling men's, women's, and then we added kids. That's when our overall sales really started to pick up because we now had the ability to sell to families. This is something you also want to think about depending on your brand, right? If you're going for a luxury brand or a fitness brand, it may be a little bit different for you. However, for me personally, for my brand, with it being more so family oriented, right? One of the things that we focused on is that family. How can we get people to match? And then when they match, how can we get them to take a picture? And then when they get a picture, how can we get them to come back and shop again? How can we get other colorways that they may like? What new designs could we make? Would their kids look good wearing? Like, these are questions that we started to ask, and this is how we were able to really thrive and really build this brand a lot faster than I ever could have expected. Now, again, in the beginning, there was a lot of mistakes made, and I want you guys to understand that you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You might drop something and it may not sell the best, or you may come up with an idea and it may not work out the best. It's perfectly fine. Like, stop judging yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself, yo. Like, forgive yourself, please. Like, you're watching this to get information, and there's a lot of little mini gems that you're gonna be getting throughout this entire case study. But one of the things is taking stuff for what it is and not comparing yourself to the masses. Everything you see on social media, again, is a highlight reel. So do not compare yourself to that stuff, because you can really pull yourself down inside just by doing so. So again, I started with jogging suits. Again, for you, I would highly recommend jumping into Limitless Investments and asking us what you want to start with. If you have different mock-ups you want to send into the Discord, we'll be able to see, you know, hey, we think you should start with this. We do votes. I do clothing brand and website reviews every week as well. So that's something that we do. But again, starting with jogging suits was a big reason of why we were able to get to 100K so fast. And then also on top of that, you know, shorts and things like that, I've known a couple other people who went really viral starting there. But I would not start with just shirts. If you're going to start with shirts, this is another thing, sets, right? So if you're going to start with shirts, start with the shirt and shorts, right? And again, do the pre-order method. If you don't know the pre-order method, and this $1 case study, this is insane, but I'm going to throw in a video from one of my courses on exactly how to do the pre-order method as well. So there's no excuse as to why you can't go out there and fulfill the pre-order method. Now, again, if you get some sales on your pre-order, all I ask is that you come back and tag me and let me know, or drop your screenshot in the Discord so we can celebrate with you. So this is the products that I started with. Again, I showed you guys the behind the scenes of, you know, the jogging suits themselves. I started with cream, black, and gray. So what I do recommend when it comes to colors, I would normally start with like maybe 2 to 3 colors. You don't want to have too many options, but then you don't want to have too little options. So those are just some recommendations that I would make as well. If you don't really know about designs, okay, I'm going to show you guys this really quick. Let's say you aren't really design savvy. You don't really have an eye for art and design. This is Fiverr.com, okay? This is where you guys can go to find a graphic designer. So what you do is you come in here, and these are freelancers. So these are people just like you and I, right, who are trying to make some money, right? So you can go to graphic design, and these are people who are already skilled. Now, really quick, what I would personally do is I would go over, as you guys can see, 21,683 services available. I would not recommend searching and looking at every single one of these, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do graphic design, clothing. All right, so that's a little bit better. 5,128 services available, okay? So these are all people who make designs. Again, you guys can literally go through whichever person, so Fiverr's choice. So let's say we click on this person. Is again, if you need a designer, if you need to start getting some designs and mock-ups over to your manufacturer, these are the people that you want to start hitting up, right? So they have different prices. So they have the basic, they have standard, and then they have premium. The pricing is based off of their own opinion of their work, right? So this is a person right here, and they make some good designs, right? Like if you needed something that was similar to like this, or you had ideas of how you want your stuff to look, you can literally send it to this person. They'll put it on the shirt, and then, or they'll put it on the shorts, on the hoodie, or whatever. And then what they'll do is they'll send it over to you, and then you would take this and you would send it right over to your manufacturer, and your manufacturer will print it or do embroidery or whatever it is. And then what I do recommend is, if you guys really like this one, if you scroll down, they have their portfolio. So what I recommend is going through the portfolio. They have more information here, and then they have a recommended for you. So these are other people who may have lower pricing or who may do the same quality work. And then obviously check out the reviews as well. And then also what I would recommend is, if we go back over here to Fiverr, what I would do is I would go to sort by best selling. The reason I want to go to the best selling is because these are the people who tend to be the most trustworthy, and on top of that, probably have the best quality work, okay? So these are just different points of information that I feel like is important for a lot of beginners. If you're not a beginner, then you can completely skip over this. I have some other stuff that's more so for intermediate and experts. However, hope you guys are enjoying the case study so far. And again, later you guys will start seeing in a couple of the other modules, my apologies, you guys will start seeing that those videos were pulled from my course. So it's going to be super high depth. Not saying this isn't, but I was in a different setting and things like that. So just realize that that is just something that I wanted to throw in for you guys, something special. So I hope you guys are liking it. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the next few modules.